Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo choo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. I did watch your poor unfortunate soul just out of thing, and I was just like, I had a comment, but it doesn't seem as valid, and honestly, I know that Disney is the fastest to fucking, like, any copyright strike. They take that shit very seriously. They've got a huge legal department, and I'm just not gonna really thing. I think I've said enough, done enough, and I'm moving on with my life, and, yeah, it's good. It's all good. Let's just move on. Wait a second, and let me explain my plan. Revenge plotter. You see, there is only one way to even the odds. We have to hit Kara where it hurts, and she's only got one weak point. Double spiral headquarters. Although I did look up David whatever, and fuck, I already forgot what it was. His name was Mark David whatever, and he was like a bad guy. Fuck, I have it. Is it right here? If I can pull it up real fast, if it's right here, I'll say something about it. If I can tap in my thing properly. Oh, he's the guy who killed John Lennon. Yeah. So that's a thing. I don't know how I feel about her using that. That gives an extra level to the thing, but maybe it's just a joke. Again, I don't want to think about all that. I need her for my coterie. She cray cray. It's probably just a fucking dark joke to her. I really don't know. So we're gonna move on. Yeah, no, I'm just like sort of mindset like, fuck, I can't believe I'm working with somebody who would make that sort of joke. Like, I get dark jokes and shit, but like, what the fuck? Kara's revenge plotter. Kara's the only person there with access to every room. The security is something she came up with herself, a voice-based, but using a different password phrase each time. But I'm sure you, as a hacker, can probably what? You get a little short snippet of conversation, you run it through some, you know, AI, and you can make it whatever it needs to be. Just making me afraid of AI years before I was afraid of AI, because I already, well, I mean, actually I was already afraid of AI but now it's pretty bad. Fucking every YouTuber I know has made some sort of chat GPT video, and they're like, it's not a big deal, it's gonna be fine, and it's like, you literally just made a video that is, it's distinguishable from yours because it's basic. But if you try to like compare it to you when you were just starting out, not that different, and you consider how fast this technology grows, your entire point is completely moot. It's just lost. And then you went out of your way to basically probably just use it and use the first draft. And then you went out of your way, I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out on Arcana for it, to like use it and be like, oh, well, I'm going to add all this weird shit to make it seem, you know, unnatural. And it's like, yeah, if you didn't do that, it would actually seem much more like one of your videos, and a lot of people wouldn't notice. They would just think you were lazy or hungover or something. You know, you were in a, you know, it was a busy, or you just, you know, and that's actually the scarier thing, that you have to hide it. That you probably realized, oh shit, like, this is too close, like, but I have made thousands of videos over, like, a decade of fucking doing these, and they are quite similar, and, you know, so it seems like it would know me pretty easy, because it's not that hard, it's a simple formula. It's more about the soul of it, which it doesn't have, and so you try to point out that, but it's still like, dude, that's still the point. The reality is, a lot of us aren't afraid that ChatGPT is going to do whatever. It's that it's going to remove a lot of creatives. Because what's somebody to stop? What's to stop somebody from doing your videos, or wisecracked or anything. And then just being a decent editor, and you know, they just write a little extra, they put a little more fucking effort into it with a better version of ChatGPT that will be available in literally like a month or something better, you know. That's the thing that's scary, and everybody wants to focus on, oh no, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. It's like, no, it is a big deal. It's already this decent. You have to try to hide how decent it is. You put no effort into it and let it do all the work, and then you actually put effort into undermining it, and now it's actually, even that is still kind of decent, and that's should be fearful. You should be trying to not say it's not a big deal. You should be trying to tell people, hey, do you want a real person who has suffered through their life and wants to help you because they're a real person, or some algorithm doing it? An algorithm already controls all of our lives, and your lives, YouTubers, more so than any of you want. And how well has that treated you? Not too great. So maybe consider that this algorithm isn't a good thing, and speak out against it instead of trying to minimize the negative impact of it. That's just a thought. Just a thought from some fucking nobody that no one watches. And yeah, I'm sure this video will age very well. You know, maybe it'll be like a lot of other things I predicted that didn't come correct and didn't come to pass. And it will be like, that didn't happen. Or maybe it'll all be right about like a lot of the other things I called out, and maybe it wasn't on my little YouTube thing because I don't do that. But whatever, you know, not my career. I ain't make no money from this place. I ain't got a single red cent from this. I just do this for all the nobodies not watching out there, but not really. It's mostly just for me. Anyway, continuing on in this already controversial episode of your favorite internet meat shield, hosted by Technique is Superior, playing Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, character Tobias. Moving on. Anyway, yeah, I already think I said the thing using a yeah. That means just recording her talking is not enough if we want to get in. That's why I started selling illicit materials to people who, with access to advanced deepfake audio technology. God, how old is this fucking game? It's at least 4 years old, right? I've got it right in this room now, and now all I need is a sample base that will allow me to manufacture a bot that talks like her to monitor data. I need to stay behind. Yeah. There's so many videos I've seen about this generalized AI stuff, and just been like, it just takes somebody who's like, they want to cause some real problem. They have access to this thing. They have access to the internet. It's not that hard. There's already been things like a fucking Drake video that's like, some guy just made a Drake song and it like blew up in the charts, and then Drake was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, you know? And I'm pretty sure bad things happen to him, but still, like, I might have said something about it before, but still, it's just, people aren't taking this seriously. I'm not talking about like Skynet, not yet. It's more like there are people that are they're giving up on their college aspirations and dropping out in real life right now because they already see that, because they're closer to it and they're seeing what's happening in their industry, and they're like, what's the point of me learning how to do this if it's going to take me 12 hours to do this, and then I can download this thing and I can upload my work to it, and then I can just be like, this is basically what I would have done, and it just needs a little cleaning up, is that I don't feel good about that. You know, like, that's not cool. And that anybody could do that, then what's the point of me, you know? Like, people have removed themselves from deviant art and other places all their work just because they don't want it to possibly be fed into this thing, just to maintain the sanctity of it. And that's really, really sad. So anyway, moving on, done with my whole thing. Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while wearing a wire. I process the recordings here to steal her voice, and voila! She's wide open. Wow, what a big spectrum this was. I went from being afraid of Disney to openly attacking ChatGPT and such general AI applications, and even some of the YouTubers that I genuinely love and respect, and seeing their takes on it is just like, how do you not see this? You're too smart. It's not a joke. It's already this strong, and you're doing this to be like, it's not that big a deal. It's like, 2 months ago it could not have done this. Now it can do this. What can it do in 2 months? What can it do in a year? Like, think about it. Please think. Fucking Roy from Perfect Score, just afraid of the crow, a giant big ass crow, and the ghost whose shirt just says think. It's got people doing basically the YMCA for think. Think. Then we invade Double Spiral and destroy it from within. Evil is defeated. I become part of your crew. Happy ending for everybody. How does that sound to you? I mean, I need somebody on the crew, because then we can all, you know, we can raise up some, I don't know, I'm gonna say them like some but they're like lighter than the normal ones. Got the little like lime in there. I don't know, like, I'm at this point I'm genuinely afraid of it, like all these are gonna get copyright struck after the fact, just because I mentioned things, because that's one of the actual applications of things of the AI, but whatever. And then we're family, you know, that's cool. I need somebody in my crew. I literally am just a crew of one. It's pretty bad. I've wasted my time trying to get to know people instead of actually getting anybody on my side, because I didn't think the game would give me such a limited time frame, but apparently it has, and I'm getting close to it, so I need to make friends. Won't I be in danger? I mean, danger's my middle name, baby. Yeah. Again, another thing. Will she even talk to me? Sounds fun. Let's just go with the Malk thing. Sounds fun. Happy to hear it. Shakes her head and claps her hands. When she speaks up, she sounds different, more spaced out, stuttering. All right, let me fix you up with the hardware. She hands you a minuscule earpiece and starts attaching a small decorative pin to your clothing, along with a some masked wiring. It's directional microphone. I can clean up the audio later, but keep it pointed directly at Kara as much as possible. Alright? You put on the earpiece she gave you. It fits snugly deep inside your right ear. Good. I hope it's not too visible in my hair. I could wear my... I should wear my hair down. 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 2. Hardware works flawlessly and the audio quality seems great. You give hope. You give hope an affirmative sign with her head. Beautiful. Kara designed the meeting's place as the vessel. You heard about the place, right? It's right by the eastern and the end of the Lincoln Tunnel. A giant pile of staircases, basically impossible to miss. Manhattan's answer to the Eiffel Tower, or a gaudy monument to being ever so slightly free, depending on who you ask. I'd drive you there, but my car's still in the shop, and I don't want to risk being spotted by Kara's people. And I need to process. Yeah, no, there's obviously no. The fact that you said that makes me feel concerned, because you shouldn't have said that. That should have been very clear. Which means I have a perfectly acceptable number of excuses for not letting myself get anywhere near close to that demonic old hag. Which, also, if I can trust you or any of the yous that are here, probably means that you're not that same person. Because unless they're going to pull a switcheroo where they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm a dark agent just performing for them because, you know, they don't appear in person just like she doesn't. You know, like something like that. Like, if there's a real person there that's the real person, then it's not likely her, even though Obfuscate does have ways where you can make yourself appear to be a different person. So, she could do that, but I doubt it. You involuntarily roll your eyes a little bit. Hope sits in front of her screens, pretending not to have noticed. I assume I've missed it. Revenge... Fuck. God damn it. That's gonna bother me. Pretending not to have noticed. So, we should get on the show on the road, or what? Ready whenever you are. No, let's fucking do it. No sense lingering here. You get back to the street and find your car. Wrapping up this show as quickly as possible seems like a good idea. Plus, I have somewhere I have to be tomorrow night. Around 30 minutes later, you're in front of the vessel. Assuming I don't die tonight, which is possible, Hope's description, a giant pile of staircases, wasn't particularly helpful. From a distance, the building more looks like a giant honeycomb designed to swarm with tourist bees. It's a pile of staircases. Doesn't that look like? It looks like it's like if it wanted to do the MC Escher thing, but it really couldn't do it because physics and, you know, reality and stuff. And it's like there's just probably a whole bunch of fucking like people who want to work out that come here every day, or like on Saturdays, or when it's like at 5 in the morning to just do their rounds, you know. They're in their 60s, they're retired, and they're like, we're gonna get in shape, baby. You know, we got this. Come on, we do it together, we got it. We're gonna do all these staircases. And if we get tired, there's still the elevator. You know, it's like, you know, we can bitch out sometimes. It's gonna be okay. Plus, there's probably like a really good, like, you know, bagel shop somewhere in here or something. I don't know. At least during the day, that is. The monument, at the moment, the place is closed to the general public. A few men look vaguely threatening and out of place, and making sure no one unwanted gets in. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's up? However, you have no problem getting up the stairs at all. Takes an exchange of knowing glances with one of the guards. You are expected. Okay, cool. So it's just like, you just do the nod, and you get in. A lone figure appears in your sight, staring down at the streets of Manhattan. You know, city people often complain about, oh, it's you, being the starry skies, but I always thought the real tragedy was how they'd be unable to appreciate man-made sea of lights that surrounds them. Okay, now I remember you, with the hair and the shirt and the whole thing, and I actually went on about it. I just forgot about it. You can teach people a lot of things, but you can't teach them to see, huh? You could technically be her, but I just don't see it. You're looking straight at me. You're way darker. I mean, it's possible. I just think it's unlikely. You recognize the face from Hope's phone. Finally, you meet Carrie Montgomery in the flesh. She turns to you, puts on a wide smile, shakes your hand with a firm grip. I don't like the physical handshake thing, because vampire powers, you know, like, no, don't touch me. You could do something with your powers. I'm not cool with your powers. And first, a representative Sophie Langley, now a representative Hope. Not the way I developed my own career, but I gotta say, not many neonates get around the way you do. Sounds it's positive. I don't know. I'm concerned, still fearful. Hardy fucking har. Not now. Hope speaks up in your ear for the first time, seething with contempt. Although Kara couldn't possibly have heard her, she immediately goes on to address her absence. You don't know if she has Auspex. She might have tuned into that. She may be very well aware of that. There's other things that can enhance your hearing. Don't fuck around. Can't say I expected her to actually arrive here with, you know... Hold on. Lost it. With you or instead of you. On the other hand, I'm sure every single word I say will be instantly relayed to her. And for the first time and forever, your empty blathering will serve an actual useful cause. So, let me make sure we cut out everyone else but the middleman for a while, okay? Wait. I'm the middleman, right? She takes out her phone, taps the touchscreen, and in a few seconds, the barely perceptible buzzing sound in your ear disappears. Okay. She has a... She's got a little thingy that's gonna, like, you know, an RF jammer or whatever the fuck they're called. I'm gonna pause for a moment, because that sucks.